This video is a brief introduction to the new system that we're building for documenting and monitoring the situation in ice caves. Let's start with a brief overview about what you might be already familiar with. We have created this Google Sheets document that gives you a list of the ice caves and then a bit of an assessment about the situation there and so forth. And so this gives you a good, or gave you at least a good snapshot of the situation over time. And then there is also this hazard metrics that has been circulating. This was developed by AMG mostly, and that is a very useful tool for assessing the conditions in an ice cave. So you can see here on the left side, it goes through this list of aspects that should be checked, and then you can give it a rating depending on certain criteria. You come out with a certain result, and then depending on where you're falling with the rating, you can document also some mitigating actions to get you into the green area. And that is something that should be done, particularly if conditions are changing dramatically. You can see here at the bottom, there are some reasons listed for a morning check, or even twice daily. But ideally, this is something that should be done at least partially. Maybe not all these factors apply in all our caves, but this should basically be done implicitly on any tour anyway. So every guide should be kind of following the structure and having a look. But between these two sheets, so here we have a rather detailed snapshot of the conditions of the ice cave at a certain point, but it's only one ice cave. And here we have a list of all the ice caves, but only very coarse no-go or go situation, basically. So it would be great if we can combine these things, and that's what we've been working on. There's a new system. This sheet is actually no longer actively maintained. The new system is now available as a preliminary release. It's what we call a beta version, so it's not fully complete yet. It has some rough edges, it has some missing functionality, but the basics are working, and it's already providing more information than any of those two sheets combined. And it's online at beta.glacis, so it's beta.glass.is. And if you open this website, you can see in the beginning it gives you a very similar list to this Google Sheets document, right? So here we have the list of the areas and the ice caves and the situation there, and you can see it's very much the same here in this system, but it goes a bit deeper. I'm already logged in. I'll show you how to log in and all of this later, but I'm already logged in here, and you can see if I go with my mouse over these things, I can highlight these rows, and I can actually click onto these rows, and it loads a more detailed view of this ice cave. It's a bit slow because of where I'm at the moment, but okay, here you see much more detail about this ice cave. You can see a bit of remarks, what the cave was judged at. There is a map, there is some description of the access to these places and so forth. And the idea is that this becomes more and more detailed, and is also then available, for example, for emergency services to download, like a good track to get to places that they're maybe not very familiar with, and so forth. All right, and then maybe more importantly, you can see there's some tabs here, and the second tab here is called Assessments and Observations. And here, if we click onto this, you can see here is an Assessments tab. There is no observation at the moment. That is still in development. That should be done very soon, where you can upload pictures and probably also some other information, but we'll start with pictures first. That'll come later. At the moment, you can see here are the assessments, and so you can see here at the last couple of days there were some changes and about this, and if you click onto these assessments, you can see in a bit more detail, okay, what was the assessment judged at? There's some remarks about it, and gives you basically the same ratings for each of these aspects as in this hazard matrix: roof thickness, space between the walls, cracks in the ceilings, and so forth. That's all here, right? Cracks in the ceilings. So it's very much the same information, but now we have a bit of a timeline. We can see if things change. And the very important part here is that everybody can essentially add an assessment. Once you're logged in, you can just click on this assessment button here, or you can also do it directly from the overview. Just go back here, sorry, this overview here. You can see the button here. It also shows you add assessment. And so you can just click on this. And then here you have this basic list of fields that correspond exactly, again, to this hazard matrix. So there's an over assessment where you can give it your subjective rating. Is this a go? Is this something you can approach with caution? If it needs more care, it's maybe a warning, or maybe it's completely no-go. So we just put no-go here. And I can just, we can also put in some remarks. Say this is not a good place to go to, and so we can just put in some other things here. Or if we maybe weren't even able to go there and we did not do a more detailed assessment, we can also just say go to due to impossible access or difficult. And then we can maybe just leave out some parts. You can say, okay, we can judge the integrity is maybe okay within the 6 weeks or so. Ground conditions, exposure, there might be something like this, right? We have to navigate a pretty steep wall there, pretty high up. Okay, and I'll just click submit, and that is that. And so if I go in here and now go into the assessments, you can see here is our new assessment from right now. It's a no-go, and it just shows the ratings that we've provided, left out the other fields that were not judged. All right, so there's that. Now let me show you how you can actually start to use the system by signing out. Okay, so this is just reload here to make sure it's completely clean. So this is how you will see this website when you first access it. You're not signed in. You can see there is no button here to add assessments. You can also not click on anything. You cannot access detailed information. This detailed information is intended only for registered users. At the moment, registration is very straightforward, but once the system becomes more widely in use, there will be some sort of authorization process, so that Joe Random in Tahiti cannot just get himself an account and start to add assessments of places they have no idea about. Okay, but how can you do that now? You can see there's a sign in button here, so I'll just click on sign in. And okay, it asks me, do I have an account yet? No, I don't. So I'll start registering, and just put my name here. Don't typo. Oops. Okay, and use an email address that is not registered yet, and then I can say, okay, this is my account. And then I just put in a sign in, I sign up. Okay, and it tells me to check my email. Okay, so I'll check my email, and yeah, there is a new email with a sign-in link. And if I click on this link, I'm already signed in. Just puts me to the wrong page, but okay. Here I am, signed in. And maybe you notice that I did not specify a password because there's no needed. Signing in just now goes through this magic email links every time. So if I maybe have another account or another computer, that I want to use this system on, so I'll just sign myself out again, reload. So we have the same situation, not logged in, but now every time I click sign in, I can just put my email address here at the bottom, like that. And again, tells me sign in link has been sent to my email address, and it has arrived. Here it is. Click on it. Done. I'm signed in. These links do expire, so you can only use them once. So don't save those emails. Don't try to click on the old links. And Don't forward them to other people. That's not going to work. It is basically a short time window and single time use only. Okay, here we are. And now we can start to add assessments every time you go to an ice cave. Please do provide assessments, especially the people who are in this assessment group. So every company should have nominated people into this group. Those should definitely start to use the system and put in their assessments. But I encourage all other guides as well to start using this. The more information we gather in here, the more different opinions we have about the ice caves, the more we all get a better common view about what the situation is and how it is changing. All right, so that was a brief introduction. There is more information coming soon, and I'll also make another video about this assessment in more detail, what these individual points really mean. So for example, when we say like the shape of the roof, what do we mean with mild arch or flat? How do we judge these things? So that will be a separate video, but most of us should have enough knowledge about ice caves to start using this. So yeah, please do use it. If there is anything that doesn't work correctly, if you have any suggestions about how it could be changed, how it becomes more useful, if there are any ice caves missing that you know of that people are going to, anything like this, please send me an email. Email address is right here, obs@glaciis. All right, thank you.